Welcome one, welcome all to the official Lady Death Diabolical Harvest Kickstarter preview. Oh man, I'm stoked. Let's take a look at this room, man. I am behind these question marks is a host of goodies, and we're going to get into each and every one of them. Coffin crew have been happily putting this together for a long time, and man, I'm excited. But I was so stoked to be here with you guys and gals, just to reconnect, see what's going on. Let's see here, the latest. We got back from Comic-Con International San Diego, and it was bananas. You had to be there. It was wonderful. But also, I look out on Sworn Nation, and if you're not on the Sworn Nation Facebook group, you should get over to the Sworn Nation Facebook group because it's fun. Last weekend with C2E2, and I saw a lot of the fiends, broing down, sistering down, having a good time. I know Miguel Apodaca went out there, brought his coining up all the artists who contribute to Coffin Comics, and people meeting up. I saw Ray and others getting together. I just love this idea that people who are in the vicinity just get together. You know, I see my dear pal, Josh Grimsley, going up to Sturgis. It's great to see like the nation out there living it. It's exciting. You know, myself personally, my head is down. I'm working on Lady Death Chapter 18, which is for this time next year. It's a very, very big story. We'll tell you much more about it in September 24th during our online event, Crucial Con, where we're going to reveal our plans for 2023, which includes the 29th anniversary of Lady Death. Now, also coming up, it's getting real, man. 2 weeks from now, August 24th, 7 p.m. is the launch of Lady Death Diabolical Harvest. And this is going to be a wild Kickstarter. This continues the story that we just kicked off, that many of you have in your hands, that ends on a very serious cliffhanger. I don't want to mess it up if you haven't read it, but you should read it because that page 48 features something that we've never done in a Lady Death comic. So this chapter picks up on that. It's done and it's wild. The storyline actually brings back Matthias, Lady Death's father. He's revealed to be a certain person. You'd have to read it. We introduce the new epic villainy of Lady Virtue, who to the naked eye appears to be a superhero. A benevolent superhero, but you know how these things go. And we bring in this character who's the head of the War Angels named Serena. So a lot of cool cast members in there. But man, if you read the last page, you know there's some stuff that we got to deal with in Diabolical Harvest. See, what else is there to discuss? And I'm just in a pretty positive state of mind. I cannot believe 2.5 weeks from now, it is Coffin Comics' 15th anniversary. That's crazy. Time flies. You know, everybody says time flies, man. Time flies. So it's our 15th anniversary, and we are going to celebrate it with you in many different ways, including having the actual celebration at Tucson Comic-Con in Tucson, Arizona. I don't know if you guys and gals know it out there, but Francisca and I are owners, along with another couple, Mike and Teresita Olivares, of Tucson Comic-Con. It's definitely one of the friendliest cons in the country. We've had all kinds of guests. And this year, for those of you who are sworn, you would like to know that Diego Bernard is coming in from Brazil. We have David Harrigan, Mike DiBalfo, Marat Michaels, Sapphire Nova, and others from the crew to help celebrate our 15th anniversary. We're going to have panels that are career-spanning panels moderated by the one and only pro Patty Hawkins. We're going to have Mike McLean down there. It's going to be a house on fire. Yep, this helps us celebrate our 15th anniversary, and it is also featuring a promotion we call the Diego Bernard Artist Celebration. Wait till you see what we have in store for you. This is very special to have the interior artist of Lady Death here in the United States of America. So we're going to give you guys and gals out there a very special opportunity to get books signed, to get remarks, and maybe even some Diego Bernard commissions if you could show up and pick them up in person or have a friend or family member pick them up for you. I'm getting ahead of myself, but it's a fun time. Coffin never stops. You know it. So let's get into the preview right away, shall we? Again, let's just take a look at the room. We got a lot to get to, man. So let's do it. Here we are. Lady Death Diabolical Harvest. You're looking at the premiere edition cover. This story is 40 pages long, but it could be 48 pages if we could unlock a free bonus item. So please help us do that. Another free bonus item would be if we can unlock a certain number, we're going to make that a foil logo. This book is part of World War Death, a company-wide theme we've had for all year, where Lady Death's DNA has escaped into the world. And we get to see all the kind of wild outgrowths of it, including characters like Lady Virtue. What is her connection? What isn't her connection? I don't know. You got to read it. Now, this book is by the returning team of co-writers Mike McLean, Brian Pulido, illustrated by Diego Bernard, colored by CC De La Cruz, and lettered by veteran letterer Marshall Dillon. 40-page story and art, 48 if we could unlock the free bonus items. And it's true, we have some really cool free bonus items planned for you, but we'll just have to unlock them as we go. This cover is by art creative team Diego Bernard and CC. Next up, here is the cosplay cover, starring Arizona's own Karen Nicole, and photography by the one and only Alfred Trujillo. Where it is, they are going to be here during our live broadcast when we go live with this Kickstarter in 2 weeks. Be there for that too. We usually have a party before we launch, have some of the contributors here. Be fun. Next up, how to do it. The Indestructible Iron Death. This is by the one and only Stephen Butler, that madman, and this is an homage to the classic Tales of Suspense number 39, the first ever Iron Man. There he is, the one and only Stephen Butler, and I believe color by Dan Feldmeyer, and certainly trade dress by Dan Feldmeyer. Next up, this is a facsimile of our hardcover by new contributor Tina Valentina. Do I have your name right? Tina Valentino. And colored by Hedwin Zalvadar. This is a mock-up of the hardcover. This is a beautiful image. We look forward to more work from Tina in the future. Next, holy mackerel, Nathan Zerdy appears on this all-new jeweled edition. Think of all the possibilities of jewels in this beautiful image by Nathan Zerdy. Always happy to have a Nathan Zerdy contribution. Stuff is just rad, so it's what it's all about. Making rad comics, cool covers, making it all wild, and having Nathan on board makes it great. Next up, holy mackerel. This is the naughty edition by Sun K, with Lady Death rocking out her guitar. Do you think that that Eddie Munson guy studied this cover to get his little guitar stance when he was doing the Master of Puppets riff in episode whatever of Stranger Things? I think so. But yeah, there's a closer look at the nice version of that cover, and bigger, amazing, super cool getup on Lady Death. Man, great expression, like the corpse paint, super spot on. Love it. Next, here we have the Mega Foil. This is a mock-up of the Mega Foil by Sia I think what distinguishes this piece is it's daytime. A daytime cover slipped by me, but there it is, daytime, Lady Death in the day. What the heck? I didn't even know she was awake during the day. But then again, I don't think she sleeps. So another knockout by Sia. The red may be the beginning of how we're going to accent it with the foil, and it would be a different color. Maybe it'd be a bright scarlet. I don't know. We're going to have some fun. You guys can give me some input and take some of your suggestions and include it. Now, how about a holofoil by Colette Turner? We get carried away with these enhancements. We like them. Yeah, look at this cool falconer image. Colette Turner knocking it out of the park. CC De La Cruz color. Beautiful. Always happy to have contributions by these wonderful artists. It's great. Whoa, are you ready for your heavy metal cover? This is by Dawn McTague. Love this attitudinal image of Lady Death. She's got a serious tude as she sits there on her throne. Dawn, as always, knocks it out of the park with an absolutely unique design. Dawn is one of the premier artists that stimulate my imagination. When I get this beautiful work in, it just starts sending me off and thinking more and more about things, other adventures. And there There's a closer view of that image by Dawn. I do like the corpse paint makeup. I also like the corpse paint makeup on her chest area. Super cool. Thanks as always to Dawn McTagg. I'm very happy to announce that Dawn McTagg will be continuing her contributions to Coffin Comics into 2023. We're super stoked to have Dawn on board and her phenomenal talent. All right, so that is the base editions, right? What if you wanted to be part of something like the High Roller, where we take all those editions and we add some extras? Well, this is your exclusive High Roller book. This is by Monty Moore. We call this the Nagel-esque edition, and clearly Monty is homaging the vibe of Patrick Nagel. You know how this really works is Nagel actually never colored his characters. So since Lady Death is alabaster, this just matches really nice. Beautiful exclusive. Now, what will also be exclusive to the High Roller are some mystery envelopes, a single mystery envelope, and we're going to get to that. What if you're interested in another tier, the Mega Baller? I'm going to show you some of the images from that. First up, please feast your eyes on the Metallic Jewel Edition by Jesse Wichman and colored by Tavon. Now, this is the character Hannah, first brought to life by Jesse Wichman. An amazing design. And the character Hannah, it is being revealed that she has Lady Death's DNA in her. And Lady Death's DNA escaped 20 years ago. And we know the story of how that happened. And we're going to get to the story of the why and the origin in probably the year 2026. So we're here in 2022. We're going to tell that particular story. It's a fun story. That's the Mega Jewel. Next up, here is the naughty version of the wonderful Nathan Zerdy image. The naughty image. And then the Naughty Falconer. The Naughty Falconer by the one and only Colette Turner. So let's compare the different iterations. They're completely different designs. So this is the base holofoil, and then here's the Naughty Falconer. Really different. I think Colette Turner is one of the artists who, when matched with CC, does among the finest jobs of making the imagery so distinct. They really go for it. There's one other image actually included in the Mega Baller that will be revealed, but it is in the PDF. If you haven't gotten the PDF, there's a PDF out. So let me see here. What do I want to look at next? Well, if you did get into the High Roller, an element of the High Roller are all the books you see up to here, one mystery envelope, and some Chase editions. So let's see what the Chase edition looks like this time around. The Chase edition is by, there he is, Mr. Richard Ortiz, this wild-gowned Lady Death, and Sandra Niven. It comes in 6 different colors, and I'm going to show them to you right now. Gold, violet, scarlet, emerald, all our favorites. That nice azure. And as is our way, not only could you get one of these 6 Chase, and isn't it fun to chase them down? I mean, I like to do it too, you know. You could get an Omega edition, limited to 1, only 1 tipped in of each colorway. And if you do ever receive them, feel free to post them. I'd say the great majority of people who get their Omegas just hold on to them, and you rarely see them posted, but it's always fun to see a post. So for example, again, if you wanted a High Roller, you'd get all these editions up to the metal. You get 1 mystery envelope, which I'll show you in a couple of minutes, and you get 1 of these Chase. If you did the High Roller, you'd get everything I just mentioned, plus these 3 additional books, 1 additional book, and a second Chase. So decent value. Let's see here. What do I feel like talking about next? I feel like over here might be some fun stuff. Over here might be some fun stuff too. But I think I'm going to talk about over here. So I know some guys and gals out there like the metal cards, and I have no apologies. I love cards. I still collect cards. I bought some 9 little 9-pocket holders. And this weekend, I acquired a nice 1984 Night of the Living Dead trading card set. I'm going to put them in my little pockets and put them in my binder. I also have, for a long time, I've had a Dinosaurs Attack set, and I'm going to put them in my little 9 pocket so I could keep looking at them. And strange but true, I do go back and I look at them. I have a really nice Night of the Living Dead trading card set that I like. It's all black and white and green, and I probably look at it once a week. I do. I was thinking the other day too, this is totally tangential, but I wondered, like, how many times a day do I think about the movie Night of the Living Dead? And it's probably got to be at least like 5 times a day. So I don't know what that means. I don't even know why I'm bringing it up, but it's true. So for you card fans out there, here's some imagery. Inyuk Lee, Tina Valentina, Sia Kara Nicole, Alfred Trujillo, Colette Turner. What? Terry Moore. Terry Moore and Hedwin Zalvadar. Terry Moore. Let me see something here. There's another Colette Turner. That's a repeat. Whoops. And then this next card will remain a secret. All right. So next up, there is a contributor for Coffin Comics. Ever since we sort of met up and started doing things professionally, we really got along, saw things the same way. In fact, we're even doing a crossover for our 2 most popular characters next year in 2023. That is Dan Mendoza. And in 2023, October 2023, Lady Death and Zombie Tramp are crossing over, and it's published by Still Ill Princess. But never fear, your boy Brian Pulido will be right along, co-plotting the book, writing all the latest dialogue, and marketing that cool, fun crossover. So that's coming up. But we invited Dan to come on board and to express himself in the theme, which is the White Reapers, the World War death, this DNA manipulation. And here is Dan Mendoza's White Reaper set. The White Reaper set by Dan Mendoza will be limited to 300 copies. And these are all different White Reapers. So what White Reapers are what the general public has dubbed these beings that have been showing up recently that are pale and alabaster and have supernatural abilities. Now, these people themselves may not even understand their powers. They don't know what to do with it or anything. So they're actually looked at as enemies, and they've been dubbed by the media in the story the White Reapers. Now, here's a whole nother topic. Many years ago at Phoenix Comic-Con, we took the dive and we did Lady Death as a pony. Pony Death, her name was. And ever since then, it's become the thing of myth. And there is a subculture of the Sworn who are just obsessed. So look, who am I to hold back what you love? So I got in touch with several cool artists, Tony Fleece and Trish Forstner. I can speak. The creative team behind Stray Dogs, and I invited them to do an interlocking cover featuring all our characters as ponies. So please take a close look at the Unity set, all interlocking with art by Tony and Trish. So there is Pony Death by Tony Fleece. That's actually by Trish, and there's Lady Satanas by Tony. There is La Muerta, Hell Witch. Where am I? What world am I in? Hell Witch by Trish, and then another La Muerta by Tony Fleece. This will be limited to about 300 sets overall. And people have said, will there be prints? Will there be one giant print for the whole thing? I don't know. Stay tuned to this Kickstarter, and we'll see. So I don't know what you guys think about that. We did actually introduce Pony Death as a real character in Lady Death Sacrificial Annihilation. So I am here to tell you that it's canon. They exist. They have a whole world of what's happening with them. And there have been rumors and discussions about Pony Death as a vinyl toy. So I don't know what the future holds. But these are some things that we're all kind of talking about over here. It's fun because I think Pony Death had a life of her own. And then we started telling her story internally. So I don't know. You guys tell me if you want a pony death story. I don't know. So let's see here. What should we talk about next? Let's talk next about the mystery envelopes. So the mystery envelopes on this campaign do have the theme of the White Reapers. So let's take a look. The mystery envelope will include several Omega editions. Omega editions are editions limited to one that have the Omega symbol on them, and they represent the rarest. A BP edition is my Brian Pulido publisher's artist copy. Given the size of the print run, there would be 5 or less. Historically, in the case of mystery envelopes, since they're lower print runs, there will be 3 or less, and we'll be tipping in a couple of those. Publisher file copies are editions that we make in excess in the event of loss, damage, or printing error, and we're going to tip in 2 of those. An artist proof edition is similar to that, and we're going to pop in 2 of those as well. Now, let's get to the mystery envelopes, shall we? First up, Lady Virtue by Mike Crome. Art and color by Mike Crome. Don't get it twisted. She does look like a Greek goddess. She looks like a superhero, but beneath that beautiful exterior is nothing short of pure evil. Mike did a variation in which you see a more hellacious expression. In fact, this mirrors the first appearance of Lady Virtue on page 24 of Necrotic Genesis. City behind her. I think that kind of implies that there's a diabolical nature to her. Knowing that the character Hana would make an appearance by suggestion of Jesse Witchman, we are reintroducing his gorgeous metal edition he did years ago, now as a pearl linen, so you can see all the nuances to the art. This is the character Hana. Hana's been playing a role in Lady Death since chapter 9. In a sense, she's a troubled young soul who's trying to find her way. Things indicate that she does have Lady Death DNA, but she was raised by a nefarious group called the Halo Corporation under the tutelage of one of their chief assassins, whose name is Gage. She has been manipulated by a system. She has left that system, and she has aligned with Lady Death in her war against Halo. Next up, check this out. So here we go, some White Reaper editions by Michael Dooney with a cool Frozen theme, nice and naughty. This is sort of like a Winter Witch Lady Death. I like the logo by Mike Flippin. Graphic designer Mike Flippin, what we'll do is just give him the art and he responds to it. He comes up with these cool tripped out logos. So this is probably an Icelandic looking Lady Death or White Reaper. Is it Lady Death or is it a White Reaper? Is there a story for this character? I don't know. You never know. Next up, Ryan Kincaid comes in with a Naughty Nice set with a Bavarian vibe Lady Death and or White Reaper. Is this Lady Death or is this a character in Bavaria who actually lives her life and fights the good fight? Next up, a wonderful Victorian interpretation by Matt Meerhoff. Give Matt a lot of room to do whatever the heck he wanted. I thought this one was just utterly unique. Matt Meerhoff, a wonderful contributor. This was a fun theme for the artist, I think, because it gives you, I just assigned the theme and let people kind of drop in ideas as they saw fit. And that's fun, because then the result is unpredictable. Next up, Anthony Spey. Anthony Spey's wonderful Naughty Nice edition. It's kind of an Oktoberfest kind of vibe. Fraulein Death, perhaps. I don't know. And the theme continues. These mystery envelopes are pretty juicy. Here is George Weber. Nice and naughty. Lady Death on a motorcycle. She's a rock and roll gal. She kind of looks like a Street Avenger here. Color by Juan Fernandez. I like the nice distinct differences between the two. I like the logo treatment. Now, on this mystery envelope, most of these editions are limited to 50 or under, and our renewed commitment is that no edition is more than 55 copies. Here is a new edition, a new artist, first to Lady Death, Michaela. I don't want to mess up her last name. This is a first-time contributor. This is a more contemplative Lady Death. It looks like she's contemplating probably some violence she just did. A nice and a naughty version. Next up, Andrew Peepoy. This is a pal of mine, Andrew Peepoy, out of Chicago. If any of you know, I'm a big fan of music, and I'm known for loving heavy metal and hard rock, but man, I like all kinds of music. I like new wave, punk rock, electronic music. And Andrew, who I met years ago, is another fellow new wave punk rock electronic fan. So I invited him, and he did this cool interpretation of Lady Death. Kind of has a burlesque feel, like Vegas burlesque. I like that if you could see it, she's sitting on letters LD. So thank you, Andrew. Can you believe it? We still got some more mystery envelopes. They're fun to go back and kind of take a look at. How many do we have? Holy mackerel. Okay, here we go. Here's another row. Whoa. Anna Zucco. So this Anna Zucco is called the Decadence Edition. Look at that Anna Zucco, man. 50 copies. Man, so beautiful. Love this. I would say she kind of occurs to me as a environmental witch. Now we have these casket editions. People enjoyed those, so we're bringing them back. So here's a casket edition, limited to 25 by Dawn McTague. Next casket edition by David Harrigan, limited to 25. Next casket edition, not a casket edition. There's 2 more casket editions, but I don't think you're going to see them here in this preview. But what you will see next is Richard Ortiz Rules, man. Beautiful Richard Ortiz. Calling this one Back Off Edition. Beautiful image by Richard. And no campaign would be complete without a Monty Moore. This is Dark Tide Edition by Monty. And this is colored by Sean Forney. And I guess you're going to have a couple more surprises on here. And next edition, we call this, this is the Matthias edition. You know, Lady Death's like arch enemy father. I think the guy never had a cover. I think he deserves a cover. So he's back in a big way in this storyline this year. He's back in a big way next year in 2023. And then he's back even in a bigger way in 2024. Daddy's back. Had to give him a cover. So that is some but not all the mystery envelope covers, all limited to 55 or under, most 50 or under. Next, let's get to our Ultimate Edition and our Legend tier. Let me look behind here. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Right, Ultimate Edition. Ultimate Edition by Terry Moore. Terry Moore and Hedwin Zalvador. Can you believe it? Award-winning Strangers in Paradise artist Terry Moore comes to Coffin Comics and makes this magnificent contribution. If you're a fan of Terry's work, Terry is among the most disciplined, responsible, and productive independent comic creators of the last 3 decades. And whether you know it or not, Terry's on the speed dial. We've been pals literally for decades. And it finally occurred to me earlier this year, let's ask Terry. So he's kind enough to agree. And here's an image that I think is quite beautiful and evocative. And I hope you agree. This is our Ultimate Edition. It'll be limited to 90 copies or less. The Legend tier this time around is by a cover artist who almost needs no introduction. I hope I'm not mangling his name, but it's In-hyuk Lee. He is tearing it up on the Marvel cover scene. And here is his trade dress version, the Noir in the Virgin Art. This will be part of the Legend tier along with the Ultimate Legend tier. Limited to 90 copies or less. Yeah. Yeah. Now, on occasion, people through the years have said, I want even a crazier tier, more exclusive tier than Mega VIP. So don't blame me. Don't blame me. Blame the messenger. Don't blame me. So we did it. And we agree. There's guys out there like Jason Wyatt and others. This is what they want. This is what you're going to get. So feast your eyes. What do we got back here? All right, Mega VIP. First part of the Mega VIP. We do the Ultimate Handcrafted Edition. What that means is this tier, I believe, is limited to, I think, what is it, 15 or under, 13 or under? And these are individually hand-colored editions, no two alike, all hand-colored by Jason Jensen, OG colorist, a pal of mine for literally over 30 years. Jason is a mighty colorist, but also one of the world's most preeminent builders of trains. Go to his YouTube channel. This guy, Jason, has been like magnificently talented in making miniatures forever. Then he connected with making trains and miniature cities, and his work, he's among the top maybe 5 people on earth doing this. His clients are so big for this work, he can't even tell you who they are. It's crazy. I don't know who they are, but I know I'm in awe of Jason's talent. So it's always a pleasure to have him come work with us. And it's a great way for us to stay in touch too, be honest with you, right? Because we're like, I'm Mr. Project. I'm always on a project. Jason's always on a project. Even my family knows, don't call me during the workday. I'm on a project. So it's a great way to connect. So this is part of the Mega VIP tour tier, along with the exclusive Metal Legend Edition, the only way to get the metal version of the Inyuk Lee, 15 copies or less. That's it, retired. And by the way, that's true. That's our commitment. We retire these images once they're in a tier, both the Legend and now the Ultimate. Also, the Sculpted Edition featuring art by Colette Turner, sculpted by Jason Fowers, and an exclusive set of Lady Death ash cans. The Lady Death edition, the Serena edition, and the limited to 15 pearl linen. So that is your Mega VIP tier. I don't know what you guys are thinking about, what you've seen so far, but love to hear it. Let me show you some prints. So if you like some fine art prints, please take a look at the Bloodlust beautiful fine art print by Inyuk Lee. That is a fine art print. I think it's called a glissé. It's printed on archival paper and archival inks. It will long outlast you or me. Let's take a look at our prints for this particular set. You got the Legend. You got the Naughty Commemorative. You got the Commemorative. Now, we've been doing commemorative prints since the very beginning. This is what, I don't know, our 30th campaign. And there we go. Cosplay. Homage. Jewel by Nathan Zerdy. Sia Tina. Colette. That cool Jesse Witchman. I like it. It's kind of, if you think about it, that's kind of like a sequel cover, in a sense, a sequel to his original cover. The original Hana, and then the beautiful sequel. It's cool. You can see the Onis coming after her. The Ultimate by Terry Moore, Hedwin Zalvadar. The incredible Dawn McTagg. Take a closer look on this Dawn McTagg. It's really, there's a lot to it. But look at this radical background. On the one hand, it feels like a halo. On the other, it looks like an actual physical manifestation, and blood is dripping out of it. I mean, there's a lot to this. Dawn McTagg never phones in a cover. Insane work. And then rounding it out, the one and only Chase. Now, some of you, I want to let you know about some of the other items that we are offering on this campaign. But before I do, some of you watching may not be familiar with Coffin Comics and what it is we do. So we are offering bundles for you to catch up. So please take a look at the previous Lady Death Premiere editions. Prior to this campaign, there have been 15 chapters of Lady Death's story. They're all 48-page square bound. Some are 64 pages. And there have been 15 chapters. Here's chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 so far. We're Kickstartering number 16. So if you're unfamiliar with the work and you want to get on board, we will offer these singularly or as a bundle. Another option is to consider getting caught up on the story with trade paperbacks. And we have 3 trade paperbacks. They each run from 150 to 200 pages, and they cover 3 to 4 chapters of the story. So if you were to purchase this tier or bundle, volume 1, 2, and 3, you would get chapters 1 through 10. So your next question is, when's the next trade coming out? The next Lady Death trade will be offered in the next Lady Death Kickstarter in February of 2023. Another way to get this story would be to get the Lady Death Omnibus. The Lady Death Omnibus. The Lady Death Omnibus is about 540 pages plus, features silver gilding, a ribbon marker, foil on the front, a slipcase with foil on it, and 50 pages of extra content in the back, including pictures of HQ, career-spanning interviews, behind the scenes, all kinds of good stuff. Now, you may remember we're offering this in the main edition, and we're also offering it in the signed exclusive edition, signed special edition. I got it. And that is limited to 300 copies, I believe, covered by Ryan Brown, red gilding, first 10 chapters of Lady Death, signed interior bookplate, and additional extras, including prints and cards. Now, let me just address the elephant in the room. We have previously offered the Omnibus, but when we received them, all 2,300 of them were spoiled. We rejected them. We refunded every backer who made that purchase, and now we are receiving the new editions that are finally the ones we ordered. And even as we speak, between now and August 23rd, if you previously ordered the Omnibus either, and you want the same deal that we were offering at the time, $100 free ship for the main, $200 free ship for the signed special, get in touch with us and we will honor that deal all the way up to August 23rd. Now, many of you who have ordered previously have already taken advantage of that deal, but I'm letting you know some of you have not. And that deal that we want to give to you, which is a very, very good deal, will expire August 23rd. So if you want that deal, get in touch with inquiries@coffincomics.com and we'll hook it up. So it's a limited time offer, no joke, because these editions will be available on the next Lady Death Kickstarter at the regular price. The regular price is still a great deal given how shipping has gone and supply chain. The main edition will be $125, free US shipping. The signed special will be $250, free shipping. Another item, so those are your ways of considering reading the Lady Death story to get caught up on what's happening now. Another item that we are stoked to offer is the Lady Death Faux Bronze. The Lady Death Faux Bronze is limited to 100 copies. They are all serial numbered. The amazing news is they are in stock, in-house, and ready to ship. So we made this special edition for this campaign at an introductory price of $400. After the campaign, it's going to go, any unsold faux bronze statues will be available at their regular price of $499. So please take a moment and feast your eyes on the latest faux bronze. A video of the faux bronze will be posted shortly where you could stop and take a look at it to your heart's content. I think it looks really nice in person. Folks, please feast your eyes on all the goodies. You know this is a Coffin Comics campaign. So what you see is the start. We have many surprises planned. Lord only knows. So ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. The countdown begins now. 14 days from now, Lady Death Diabolical Harvest will launch on Kickstarter at 7 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I cordially invite you now to actually get on our pre-launch page, sign up. We'll give you a link somewhere, and they will give, upon launch, it'll give you a private message and the live link. So I also cordially invite you to back this campaign and be part of the countdown as we head to the wildest, craziest Lady Death Kickstarter campaign yet. You guys have been great. I've been Brian Pulido, proud publisher of Coffin Comics, the Arch Fiend. I love you guys. Talk to you soon.